back, everybody. I know this is a bit off topic for this channel. It's gaming at the end of the day, but the Lego rabbit hole is deep. So I just thought I'd throw a quick video together for anybody that's interested, because I don't imagine there will be many, you know, considering it's games we all talk about. But for the few that might be interested, I thought I'd put the Lego stuff together in one little video. And if you want to watch it, you can. If you don't, you don't. But fair enough. So, like I said in the previous pickups video after Christmas, I think it was, I got into Lego, and it's developed since then, and the rabbit hole is gigantic, and exceedingly dangerous. Me and the wife have both got into it, because, just to recap, I bought her a set, she bought me a set, and it kind of snowballed from there for Christmas. And it's just, like I say, relentless. The amount of stuff you can get, and so many cool sets you can get, but you can spend crazy money, which is what put me off previously. You can spend many hundreds on one set, 500 plus quid for some sets. It's madness. I would never spend that. So, like I say, I'm quite deep down this hole now. I think between us now we've probably bought over 30 sets. I'm not going to show them all here, obviously. Predominantly, I'm only buying stuff that I find deals on. I haven't paid retail price for anything, I would possibly say. Maybe one or two, but predominantly they're all deals. And you've got to look in loads of different places if you're interested in Lego. There's deals to be had everywhere, but you've got to be quick. They don't last long. eBay, you can find deals. Smiths, you can find deals. Amazon is really good for deals, but like I say, you've got to be really, really quick. As soon as they go sort of live, they're sold out when they're crazy prices. Because there's obviously scalpers around for this, like there is for games. It's madness. And there's loads of Lego channels out there I've been watching. Anyway, like I say, the rabbit hole is deep. It started many, many years ago in some ways, because the wife bought me one for Christmas years and years ago, and I never built it. And that's this one, which is the Beatles Yellow Submarine. I don't know why I never built, probably because I've got nowhere to put it. But I mean, it's really cool. But I always kept it, sealed in the box. This is now what they call retired. It's like when a set goes out of production, they classify it as retired. Instant, you can't get it anymore. And then obviously, depending on the sets, the price skyrockets, and that's where the scalpers come in, because they buy them up when they're available, keep them till when they're not available, and then sell them on for big profit. This one now, you're talking 150 quid on eBay for a new in-box one like this. So now, unfortunately, even though I'm into it and building stuff, I can't bring myself to open it because it's now worth 150 quid. So I'm just keeping the box to look at, really, because it is a nice box. However, then Christmas came around, obviously, and that's when it all started. So the wife got me this one, which is part of the Speed Champions, and it's Ferrari F40. Obviously turbo outrun vibes. And I like the cars, unsurprisingly. They're where my sort of main passions lie so far. Though there is plenty of other cool stuff. Some of these I've built, some I haven't. And you can obviously buy these cheaper on eBay if you pay second-hand prices. But I've only bought one second-hand set, and that's purely because it was a retired set, and it was this one. same Speed Champions, but obviously it's the James Bond Aston Martin, and I'm a massive Bond fan, so I had to have this. So this is the only one I've bought second hand so far. And obviously the sets vary wildly in prices, from like 10 quid to 500 plus quid. Larger and larger the more money they are, like more and more pieces. I've found so far that I'm liking the stuff that's about sort of 800 pieces and less. I've built a couple that I think one is over 1,000 I've built, and I still enjoyed it, but obviously the more pieces that there are, the more it drags on, and I kind of like the smaller ones, because like a couple of hours, depending on the size, you've built it, and you can move on with your day, and I really enjoy them. And then when at some point I'm going to run out of space to display this stuff, I'm going to have to start taking some apart when I build a new one. And all these sets come in bags, and they're numbered, and you build them in stages, like bag 1, then bag 2, and so on. So once you've sort of took them apart, unless you sort of painstakingly put them back in the bags that they came in by reversing the instructions, reverse build it, I suppose, they're all going to be in one bag, and it's going to get quite complicated to try and find the pieces you need when you've got hundreds or thousands of pieces. So I think going forwards, I'm going to, when it comes to the fact I'll have to dismantle some to display new ones, I think if they're sort of less than 800 pieces, if it's all in one bag, it's probably more easy to cope with than if you was dismantling something with 2,000 pieces. So that's my current thinking. Anyway, one of the smaller sets I've built is the Yoshi Mario Kart bike. Obviously there's loads of different subsets of Lego. This is obviously the Super Mario subset, and you do tend to find that the sort of, where they're paying for a license like Mario, those sets tend to be dearer, unsurprisingly. In a similar vein, we've got the Bowser Muscle Car. Now this is really cool, I've got to say. Really nice build, this one, and it's a cracking little set. Next up, another sort of subset they do is botanicals, and I really quite like these. I haven't built this yet though, to be fair. I don't know what they're like to build, but there's quite a few of these, and I do like most of them. I mean, I'm not into flowers, at all, but there's something about these I think they look really cool. So at some point I'm going to build that one. This is one of the cheaper ones you can buy. There's a nice orchid I want to build. I really fancy that one, so I want to get that at some point. Then next up, this, I've looked at this previously, like last year, and thought that looks really, really cool, and didn't really think any more of it. But then when I got into it, it was one of the first ones I bought, and it's the Ayrton Senna McLaren. This is the best one I've done so far. Fantastic. It looks awesome. It's a nice size. You get a little model, like the Lego character of Ayrton Senna. Oh, it's a stunner. And there's one of these coming out in March. Exactly the same sort of size, but it's the Williams and Nigel Mansell, so that's like... Then another one, I haven't built this one yet either. This is a Technics. Obviously remember Technics from when I was a kid. I had to buy this. This is another one that's retired now, I think, but this one gave me Daytona vibes, so I'm quite looking forward to building that one. This is a bigger scale set, a similar size to that Senna McLaren, where these kind of smaller sets, these are like 300 pieces, they'll like fit in your hand really, where these ones, these are like 600-700 pieces. they tend to be, you know, kind of, I don't know, 30 centimetres perhaps. Then the one that kind of kick-started it all in a way was the one I got for the wife at Christmas, which is the bonsai tree, which again is another one of these botanical style things. Fantastic. Very Japanese theme to it as well, so love this. And you can build this in two ways, with like the leaves or the flowers on it, or the blossom. Really, really nice. And then another one I'd seen like other people show way back when it came out. I had to get myself the Sonic the Hedgehog set. There's loads of Sonic stuff, but it's a lot of it's I couldn't care less about. But this I do like this. It's kind of like Green Hill Zone, if you like. Really nice little set. This is the biggest one I've built. This was over 1,000, I think. Yeah, 1,125 pieces, that one. Took quite a while. The pieces are quite small, but it looks nice built up. But like I say, I'm not sure I'd want to build anything bigger than that. That took a few hours, that one. And then the last one I'll show you today. This is the one I've bought most recently, funnily enough. I only built this yesterday. And it's the Darth Vader helmet. Really cool set. Again, it was quite tricky to build this one because all the pieces are black. So it wasn't easy. Probably the hardest one I've built actually in some ways. But it looks really cool. I'm chuffed with that one. There's a whole array of these Star Wars helmets. But I haven't got the space. I wouldn't mind the Luke Skywalker one, but look quite nice next to Darth Vader, I think. But nevertheless, you can't beat that, can you? Greatest filmed villain ever, maybe. Hard to argue against it. But there we go. That was a quick little run through of part of the Lego journey and chasmous rabbit hole I find myself in. But I am loving it. So let me know what you think if you're still watching. If you are still watching, thanks very much. Hope to see you all soon. If anybody watches it and comments, I might do another Lego video in the future. I don't know. But thanks for watching anyway. See you later.